so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start out, this is why I call it the lizard pose, because we start in this position here, and this is your basic lizard pose. Might have other names, but we're gonna start from here. So I've got my right foot framing my right hand. I've got my left knee walked back. I'm putting a little pressure through the top of my foot and my shin into the ground. Nice long spine here to kind of get things set. So from here, I'm gonna actually start out by getting up nice and tall, and then I'm gonna push my weight forward, and then I'm gonna sit back and straighten the front leg and do a little hamstring stretch here. So I'm gonna go back and forth here, taking a breath at each point, and sitting back, breathing in and out. Let's do this one more time. Going forward and back. And then we're gonna come forward into that lizard pose where we started. So we're going to do these called up down. So you're going to start by coming down onto your outside elbow, and then you're going to come onto your inside elbow, and then the inside hand and outside hand. And then what we're going to do is we're going to reach up. I want to lead with the elbow. So the elbow points to the ceiling, and then I open the hand up, and then I bring the hand down and put it back down on the mat. I'm going to go through this a couple times. So come outside, inside, inside, outside, lead with the elbow, opening up and coming back down. So going through this a few times here, opening up. Next we're going to do two more here, coming down, coming back up, opening up. And then on this one, we're going to hang out at the bottom. So I want you to come down here and I want you to take a nice deep breath. And out. Nice, good. So now we're going to come out of here. Inside hand, outside. Now, when I reach up, if you can, I want you to reach back and grab your foot. And you can adjust your hand where you need to. And what I want to do is I want to push my hips to the ground. So I want to get a straight line down my front side there. And then, if I can, I want to think about turning my chest to the ceiling. But I don't want to start shrinking here. I keep my hips opened up. And I'm turning my chest to the ceiling as much as I can while keeping them opened up. And then if you can pull your heel in a little bit more towards the butt, get a little bit more of a stretch. We're just going to hang out here and take a couple deep breaths. In through the nose, and back out. Using your breathing to help you relax in these positions. You can look down at your hand, up at the ceiling. That'll help you make sure your neck's relaxed. Nice, good. Okay, so coming out of this, what we're going to do is I'm going to glue my chest, my rib cage here to the top of my quad. I'm going to sit back and I want to get a hamstring stretch, but I only want to straighten my leg up as much as I can keep that space closed. So if I feel that space open up, that's too much. Just as much as I can keep my rib cage glued there. You can grab your toes and pull them in to get a little bit more of a stretch here. Nice. Good. Okay, so from here, what we're going to do is we're going to shake that out. And we're going to sit back into a child's pose and we're going to pull ourselves forward and we're going to bring the other leg with us. And so now I've got my left foot framing my left hand. And again, I'm starting nice and tall, spine here, a little bit of pressure through the top of the foot and the shin getting set. Okay, so from here I'm going to sit, come up tall. And then I shift the hips forward, feel a little bit of a stretch here, and the hip flexor on the other side. And then I sit back into this hamstring stretch. Then I go forward, take a breath. And I'm going to sit back, take a breath. Nice, let's do that one more time. Going forward. And then sitting back. Nice. Okay, so we're coming to our lizard pose where we had started. From here, we're going to do our up down. So I'll come down to my outside elbow, then my inside elbow, and then my inside hand, my outside hand. Again, lead with the elbow, and then open up to the ceiling, and then bring the inside, inside, outside, open up to the ceiling, back down. Nice, down, back up, opening up. We'll do 2 more of these. So outside, inside, inside, outside, open up. We're going to come down on this one, and we're going to hang out at the bottom. Let's take a nice deep breath, and out. And we're going to come out of this. So inside hand, outside hand. I'm going to lead with the elbow, reaching up. I'm going to reach back. I'm going to grab that foot. Again, adjust your hand where you need to. First thing is I push my hips to the mat. I got to get straight, nice long line on the front side of the body. Then I worry about opening up my chest. I only turn my chest as much as I can keep my hips opened up. And then if I need to, I can pull the heel in a little bit more, right? I don't want to be doing this. This is not what I want. I want to make sure this front side's opened up first. I'm really going to get stretched to that quad and hip flexor. Nice deep breath. Again, you can look down at your hand, up at the ceiling, let your head move around. Make sure that the neck is loose. It's hard to move your head if your neck is tight. I'm sure someone will try and prove me wrong there, but in general. All right, so coming out of this, we're going to sit back. And keeping the ribcage glued to the front of the quad here. We're going to sit back. You can grab the front of the foot. Get a little bit more stretch. Again, using your breathing. Nice. All right. So, finish off. I like to stretch out my toes after this one. So, first one's going to be the samurai sit. So you want to tuck your toes up underneath you. Get the knees down. You're going to work towards sitting back on your feet like this. And when you get good at doing this, you can start to put your hands on the heels and put a little extra pressure into the floor. And then leaning back, put a little extra pressure. And again, if you get to the point where you can open up the front side, lean into the heels, get into this position here. This is great, but if you just got to start with sitting on your feet, that's fine. For a lot of people, that's super painful. You're probably, if you're following along, wishing I would just get out of this position so that you can get off your toes. But eventually it will get better. So, I'm going to come out of this. I'm going to do the other side, so you pack your toes out if you need to. I'm going to sit back. Make sure you keep your heels rolled up underneath your butt as best you can. You don't want them to roll out. So you're going to sit back. And then again, the more you sit back, the more stretch you'll get. Eventually, you can lean back onto your toes and really open up that front side of the ankles. But again, just start with where you're at. Right? Everybody had a first day of doing this stuff. Start with where you're at. Next day will be better. So, and then, so that's it. So pretty simple.